Hello and welcome back, or welcome. I am Book Lover Lorna, this is Bookmas, and today I will be reading you Goodreads synopsis. We're talking my most anticipated books for 2021, so what books am I looking forward to coming out next year. Hopefully I will get my hands on them all and get to read them, but essentially, yeah, these are books that are going to come out next year, so you know, get your Goodreads open, get a pen and paper, take some notes, because you might want to read some of these. Now, these books are in no particular order, or should I do them by the order that they're going to come out in? Yeah, maybe we should be doing that. Okay, let's do that instead. Let's do them in the order that they're going to come out in. So, first in the year, we've got my notebook, and I've got my Goodreads open. So, first in the year, we're going to have Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, which I need to read on the come up before I read this because I haven't read that yet. So Concrete Rose is The Hate You Give #0. So it's obviously like a prequel to The Hate You Give. So maybe I should be rereading that. No, I don't think I need to actually. I remember it pretty well, so don't think I need to reread that. So this is coming out, according to Goodreads, on the 12th of January. It's going to be 320 pages. Supposedly already has 350 ratings on Goodreads, rating at 4.31 stars on average. Let's see what the description says. Okay, so we're revisiting Garden Heights 17 years before the events of The Hate You Give. If there's one thing 17-year-old Maverick Carter knows, it's that a real man takes care of his family. Okay, so that was her dad, wasn't it? As the son of a former gang legend, Mav does that the only way he knows how. To take care of his family, that's talking about. Dealing with the King Lords. But with money he can help his mum, who works 2 jobs while his dad's in prison. Life's not perfect, but with a fly girlfriend and a cousin who always has his back, Mav's got everything under control. Until, that is, Maverick finds out he's a father. Suddenly has a baby, 7, who depends on him for everything. But it's not so easy to sling dope, finish school and raise a child. So when he's offered a chance to go straight, he takes it. In a world where he's expected to amount to nothing, maybe Mav can prove he's different. When King Lord blood runs through your veins, though, you can't just walk away. Loyalty, revenge and responsibility threaten to tear Mav apart, especially after the brutal murder of a loved one. He'll have to figure out for himself what it really means to be a man. That's going to be good. That is going to be so good. Completely setting the scene, isn't it? For The Hate You Give. Wow, I'm so excited for that. That's going to be so good. So that's the first one, Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. Now, the next, let's see, is going to be February the 9th. So February the 9th, we have The Gilded Ones by Namina Fauna. Now, I saw this, where did I see this? On like someone's Instagram, I want to say. I'd not heard of it, I don't know this author, and I just thought this sounded really good. So it's part 1 of the Deathless series, apparently. Supposedly already has 844 ratings at an average of 4.27 stars. So I don't know if there's arcs or anything, but okay, let's get through the description. 17-year-old Decca lives in fear and anticipation of the blood ceremony that will determine whether she will become a member of her village. Already different from everyone else because of her unnatural intuition, Decca prays for red blood so that she can finally feel like she belongs. But on the day of her ceremony, her blood runs gold, the colour of impurity, and Decca knows she will face a consequence worse than death. Worse than death! Then a mysterious woman comes to her with a choice: stay in the village and submit to her fate, or leave to fight for the Emperor in an army of girls just like her. They are called the Alakai, near immortals with rare gifts. Wow. And they are the only ones who can stop the Empire's greatest threat. Knowing the dangers that lie ahead, yet yearning for acceptance, Decca decides to leave the only life she's ever known. But as she journeys to the capital to train for the biggest battle of her life, she will discover that the Great Walled City holds many surprises. Nothing and no one are quite what they seem to be, not even Decca herself. Side note, I apologise, I am dyslexic, it's difficult for me to read out loud. I think I'm doing quite well. but ignore any of my stutters or anything. That sounds so good. Totally different to what I would usually read, but it sounds like something that I'll enjoy. See, 3 of the people that I'm friends with on Goodreads have also marked it to read. The ratings are good, so I'm excited for this. So when it's not even out yet, how can anybody... Okay, so there are arcs. That's how people have already read it. Oh, I've just lost my page. Now, that sounds super good. The cover is really pretty. I'm liking the sound of that. So what's going to be next? So we've done January, February, no, March, April. Okay. Oh, April. A lot of us are excited for this. The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. We love her books. She's amazing. I don't know many people who read them and don't like them. This is going to be 400 pages, according to Goodreads. So, synopsis. Addie and her sister are about to embark on an epic road trip to a friend's wedding in the north of Scotland. I love Scotland. The playlist is all planned and the snacks are packed, but not long after setting off, a car slams into the back of theirs. It's a bad start to your trip, isn't it? The driver is none other than Addie's ex, Dylan, who she's avoided since their traumatic breakup 2 years earlier. Drama! Lost my place now. Dylan and his best mate are heading to the wedding too, and they've totaled their car, so Addie has no choice but to offer them a ride. I wouldn't, I'd be petty. The car is soon jam-packed full of luggage and secrets, and with 300 miles ahead of them, Dylan and Addie can't avoid confronting the very messy history of their relationship. Will they make it to the wedding on time, and more importantly, is this really the end of the road for Addie and Dylan? Oh, that's gonna be good! I'm so excited. Beth's books are just so well written there. Simple but effective. It's heartwarming. You sit there and you just feel warm and fuzzy. Like, you have all the warm fuzzies. So I'm super excited for that. Really loved the flat share. Really loved the switch. So, I mean, have I pre-ordered this? I think I have. I always say I'll pre-order any of her books. I mean, it's not out till April, so if I haven't, then I don't need to panic quite yet. But, yeah, I love it. So I'll get this in the hardback as well to match my other hardbacks. Next, in May, the 11th to be precise, we will have Cool for the Summer by Dahlia Adler. Now, this is a shorter one. This is 272 pages. I'm super excited for this. I've seen Books and Lala talk about this, Layla, and... oh, it's got a big old synopsis. Okay, are we ready? Lara's had eyes for exactly one person throughout her 3 years of high school, Chase Harding. He's tall, strong, sweet, a football star, and frankly, stupid hot. Oh, and he's talking to her now. On purpose and everything. Maybe. Flirting, even. No, wait. He's definitely flirting, which is pretty much the sum of everything Lara has wanted out of life. Except she's haunted by a memory. A memory of a confusing, romantic, strangely perfect summer spent with a girl named Jasmine. A memory that becomes a confusing, disorientating present when Jasmine herself walks through the front doors of school to see Lara and Chase chatting. Oh, hold on, I've messed up that entire sentence. A memory that becomes a confusing... this is a long sentence. A memory that becomes a confusing, disorientating... I've done it wrong again. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, my God, dyslexia. A memory that becomes a confusing, disorienting present when Jasmine herself walks through the front doors of the school to see Lara and Chase chatting it up in front of the lockers. Oh my God, that was difficult. I hope the book's not written like that, because that was a long sentence. That was difficult. So basically they're chatting in front of the lockers and this girl's walked in. Lara has everything she ever wanted, a tight-knit group of friends, a job that borders on cool, and Chase, the boy of her literal dreams. So this is going to be very teenagery, isn't it? But if she's finally got the guy, why can't she stop thinking about the girl? Cool for the Summer is a story of self-discovery and new love. It's about the things we want and the things we need, and it's about the people who will let us be who we are. That is on. It's got 59 reviews for 4.3 stars on average. They're averaging quite high, aren't they, for the people who are somehow reading these books before they're out, if they've got arcs, I don't know. Okay, so that sounds like it's going to be good. It's definitely going to be a very, like, not the kiddie is not the right word, very young, like, oh my God, do you know, I feel like that's going to be very American, over the top, extra, dramatic, but it sounds good. That's what it's going to be like. Next, another book that I have found from Books and Lala's recommendation, Darling by Kate Ancrum, which is coming out on the 22nd of June, 288 pages. Some of these are quite short. It is a Peter Pan retelling. So this sounds so good. I literally cannot wait to get my hands on it. A teen girl finds herself lost on a dangerous adventure in this YA thriller by the acclaimed author of The Wicker King and The Weight of the Stars, reimagining Peter Pan for today's world. On Wendy Darling's first night in Chicago, a boy called Peter appears at her window. He's dizzying, captivating, beautiful, so she agrees to join him for a night on the town. That's just... I love it already. Wendy thinks they're heading to a party, but instead they're soon running in the city's underground. She makes friends, a punk girl named Tinkerbell and the lost boys Peter watches over, and she makes enemies. The terrifying detective Hook and maybe Peter himself, as his sinister secrets start coming to light. Can Wendy find the courage to survive this night and make sure everyone else does too? That just sounds so good. Like, it's basically Peter Pan but in Chicago. Like, I mean, her brothers don't sound like they're in it, but I'm just so excited. I've never read any of this woman's books and I'm super excited. That sounds super good. I'm not even a massive Peter Pan person, but that just sounds like an ace story, to be quite honest with you. Now, oh no, we've got two more books. So, one that I don't know if I'll be able to get a cover for, Blackout, and it has by like 1,000,001 authors. Right, okay, are you ready? So it's called Blackout, ready on the 22nd of June. The authors are, excuse me if I don't say all of these right, Donielle Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, so she had that other book coming out, Ashley Woodfolk and Nicola Yoon. It says, a summer heatwave blankets New York City in darkness, but as the city is thrown into confusion, a different kind of electricity sparks, a first meeting. Long-time friends, bitter exes, and maybe the beginning of something new. When the lights go out, people reveal hidden truths. Love blossoms, friendship transforms, and new possibilities take flight. I just think it's going to be good. Don't know an awful lot about it, do we? But I just feel like with all of those people involved, it's going to be a good one. So that's all I can say on that one, really. Now, the last one, I don't actually have a release date for. It just says 2021. You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. I mean, I just love her books. She had One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next, Two Can Keep a Secret, The Cousins, and I've enjoyed them all. Like, they've not been, you know, like the best books I've ever read, but they're just so enjoyable and so interesting. I love the way she writes. So, super excited for that. Does it have a synopsis? Just says, YA murder mystery meets Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I will put my head on the chopping board here, say I don't know Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm awful with things that everyone knows, sorry. About three estranged friends who skip school and get caught up in a crime they can't solve without exposing their secrets. How? Oh, Karen's written on it, new standalone YA mystery coming fall, so end of the year. So at least, I was going to say, because all these books that I've taken you through are all the beginning of the year, the first half of the year, so this is the only one we've got at the end. People are rating it 5 stars when you can't even get access to it. Like, what? How are people doing this? They're just rating it 5 stars when they've not even read it yet. It's not good representation. 16 people have done just that. so those are the books that I'm super excited for in 2021. If you know of any other books coming out next year which you're excited for or you think that I might enjoy, then please do let me know, because I need more books to read. Well, I don't, that's a lie. I don't need more books to read, but I want more books to be excited about. If we can have some to look forward to in the second half of the year, apart from You'll Be the Death of Me, that would be good. That would be exciting. That would be fab. So anyway, now we're all super excited for 2021 releases. I'm gonna disappear. Thank you very much for watching. Happy Bookmas, happy reading, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!